Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It's given me a great pleasure to speak on behalf of BSV this morning here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, co-sponsoring the Blockchain Summit for Vision 2030. And also it gives me a great pleasure to be the first speaker to speak this morning to present to you the ideas of the blockchain. But my presentation and talk, it could have not happened without the collaboration with the co-sponsor of the MCIT and the think tank, who took us and welcomed us here in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. BSV is the blockchain that's here to empower the internet, and we're going to talk about the power of value of the blockchain versus the value of information. I chose a title that I know there's a lot of people here will find interesting. Blockchain is the new internet of value. And I'm trying here to make a case about what is blockchain going to do? Is it just a disruptive technology or a massive change to the way we view things in our life, the massive way we transfer data, and the massive way that we transact values? So the original internet started like small dots in the US, 4 nodes in the western United States back in 1969. Nobody heard about the internet. It was meant to gather the information from around the world to the center of those nodes. Everything was built based on information, was created to gather information, collect information. And it was born to call all the information from around the world to the center, because the nature it was designed for a specific purpose. Was a project built in the DARPA, which is the part of Department of Defense project. So, and the business model grow on that direction as well. The business model of the internet we're using today, it could be defined in those simple timelines. We give you free stuff, we collect your data, and we sell you advertisement, and then we will socially direct or drive what to buy and where to hang out and things like that. So this is the internet of information. Give you Gmail, collect all the data about your Gmail. I give you Facebook, I give you Twitter. So all of this, it's actually empowering a certain giant somewhere, giving information so they can socially study your behavior. So, but now, recently, after the massive amount of the data revolution that we have witnessed in the last couple of years, that we start talking about digital experience and data and value. So digital experience is very simple in the concept, is we use the technology to generate data, and we use the data to create value. So the value is what we are after, but we kind of hitting in the wrong directions when it comes to what kind of information to use to generate this value. So the blockchain, it can be described as the value of exchange protocol, or the value exchange protocol. Because for the first time, the technology is able to send value with this data. You're sending money instead of information about the money. In the past, when you send information about your bank account or your Visa transaction. This is just information written in a ledger somewhere. But now we can transfer actually the value of your data, the value of your NFT, the value of your metaverse. All of this is now transferring the way we think about this, going to disrupt the way we view the internet, the way we view technology. Now we can exchange the actual value itself rather than the information about the value. So it has directions and areas that is very important to our life today: the payments and settlements, the asset and tokenization, and the lending, and the trading and finance, and safer agreements in the smart contract, and the integrity of the data, big challenge in that area, and the trust. So BSV Blockchain is one of the major players in this area. And actually, they are the, for my humble opinion, they are the most powerful blockchain out there, and I'm gonna tell you why in the next slide. So it's a global organization that they are coming here, and they've been traveling around the world to drive and accelerate the adoptions of the blockchain, not just in the applications of the transfer of finance, it's applications of data transaction in every aspect of services in the government, smart city, and otherwise. But just to put things in perspective real quick, the BSV actually, in comparison to the Bitcoin data transaction, they transact 7 transactions per second, Ethereum transaction 20 transactions per second, the cash, Bitcoin Cash 60 transactions per second, PayPal is 193 transactions per second, Ripple 1,500 transactions per second, and Hyperledger 2,700 transactions per second. BSV today is doing 5,000 plus transactions per second, and Visa transferring 24,000 transactions per second. The target for BSV is 100,000 transactions per second by the end of this year. This is just to put things in perspective and see how this technology is going to disrupt the way we transfer data, whether it's a finance data or healthcare data or any other type. So 5,000 transactions per second, 4 gigabyte blocks for data, and with the fraction of a penny cost for these transactions. And there is actually 1,000 projects that build on BSV blockchain that's actually use cases, and we have a few of them today. They're gonna talk about their use cases and what they have built on the blockchain and how they build it. So in reality, BSV is not here just to tell you how data will be transferred. The ambition is to disrupt the way we have used to transfer information and add to that the way we transfer value.